You're an overthinker, yeah. Obviously, I've been going for these jobs and that, and I had that interview yesterday, that second interview for this job that I'm not desperate for, but I really want. And I just think about the loads of little things in the interview that they might have said or just like asked me or something. I think, man, I wonder if he asked me that because they're thinking of offering me this or whatever. Because at the end, he said, just the last question. He said, "Have you had any other offers that are like better?" And I said, "I've got an interview next week that's the same pay and like the similar role and it's just for a different company and that." And then when we hung up and stuff, I thought, man, is he asking me? I wonder if he's gonna say like, "Oh, let's just offer him a couple grand more then, just so he don't go over to them," or
Mm.
you know, let's fucking snap him up quick so he don't go to the different place. And I think about all these little things, man, that might be a little tip off because he was saying obviously how soon could you start if you do give it you? And I was like, oh yeah, straight away, like because I've only been at this other place a couple of weeks, and that was like I probably overstepped there because then he was like, oh, you ain't gonna do that to us, are you? Like come here for a
Yeah.
couple of weeks and
I was
then
about to
piss
say when
off.
you said that, like, ooh,
Yeah,
that's
I
a
dropped
red
myself
flag
in it.
immediately.
Yeah, I was like, I know that sounds bad, but like that, this is just a job to get me by for a bit, like IT. I really want to get back into IT, and he was like, yeah, that's fair. But yeah, just little, and then he was like, oh, I saw on your CV you're doing this cybersecurity course, and I was like, yeah, man, I'm really excited about it. I'm proper into it, and it's the path I want to get on. He was like, oh, when does the course end? I was like, it's about like 6 to 7 months if you just crack on with it and that. And then I doubled back again. I was like, not to say that like if I did get in, that in 7 months I'd just finish the course and piss off somewhere else. You know what I mean? I kept backtracking, man. Like, but I was thinking of all the little things that they might be thinking.
On that question that you got, if you've been offered anything else, I've had that a few times. I've had it from recruiters also. Like, is there anything else that you're interviewing for? I think it's just, I don't know if it is the fact that, oh, we need to snap this guy up for extra dosh. I think it's more of what else are you sort of going for? What else are you applying for and stuff like that? But like I said to you in our like off air conversations, is that I'd love to have like a recruiter or a person in HR that like as a friend to just ask like why do they ask that questions, like what's the cheat sheet answers for stuff like that, like what are they looking for, or is it just they're just chucking an answer out there and whatever you give them they're like okay, look, there's no right or wrong, or is it like is there a meaning to it, like there's an actual answer that they're fucking looking for? Because yeah, I always think that, and I think because I am an overthinker that it actually helps me get interviews, because when I'm just sharing or thinking of it or preparing for it, I'll think of every avenue, that every answer I give or every question I ask, where it could lead to. And so it's almost like I've done the interview 1,000 times in my head already before I've even done the interview. So when I'm doing it, it's just like I'm fucking just replaying the same shit. Like, and I don't know if it comes across to them that I'm like sort of robotic in my responses like that, but I do think it keeps authentic because it is still on the fly technically. But yeah, I think it helps me in that regard, because I overthink the whole scenario in my head. Like, what they're gonna say this if I say that, and most of the time, like I am right. Like I'm like, oh yeah, like I prepared for that answer back and stuff like that, so I know what to say and stuff. So it does help me in that regard. So it probably is a good thing to maybe overthink an interview a little bit.
Yeah, because I said to you yesterday again off air, you asked me how the interview went, and I said the first one was just with the team manager, and that was really flowing. We got along well. We had good energy and like bit of back and forth, couple of laughs. And he said, "Yeah, it's kind of my interviews just try kind of get to know you, so see if you fit in with the team, that kind of thing. And then your second interview will be a lot more technical with the head of IT." And I like the first time slot was 30 minutes, but the second interview one was 45, and I thought, oh, there's going to be like loads of fucking situational questions, example shit, like technical knowledge. And he asked me just two things, and one was just, have you ever used Intune? And then the other one was like, give me an example of when you've used this and improved on that. And It made it easier because I had less to answer, but at the same time, I didn't have chance to flex anything or show my fucking worth. You know what I mean? Because it was over really quick. It was like 20 minutes.
Yeah, yeah, I've had that before too. This job that I recently got, um, I did like a sort of cheat sheet of technical things to do with like either pensions and then like data stuff, which is what I went for. And I had like answers to this and answers to that, and like if they asked this question and all this type of stuff, and I had it all out I just on my screen as like notes. So like if they asked me a question, I'm like just quickly dart over and be like, okay, yeah, like I know I need to touch on that type of thing. And they just asked none of it. It was no technical stuff whatsoever. And I was told it would be because it's quite a big firm, quite a high paying job, that type of stuff. Um, and it was just like, in a scenario where you're stressed, how do you deal with it? And then I just obviously answered, and it's like, if you feel like you're having too much work dropped on your lap, like how do you combat it? Like how do you approach it? How do you message? Do you speak to a manager? Do you call a meeting? Like what's your approach to sort of pushing back on ideas? Because we're about individuality and all that type of stuff. So like if you disagree with something and you want to point that point across and say, I actually think it'd be better like this, like how do you go about that? And it was just a bunch of stuff like that. There was no technical questions. It's not like what can you do? How can you do it? How long you been doing it for? There was nothing. And then I was like, fucking hell, like the second interview, if there is one, is going to be just full of technical stuff then because there was not even one question of what I can do. Not even how long have I worked in this industry for. Just it was a matter of if we give you this scenario, or if you find yourself in that scenario, like how do you deal with it? It was more like attitude and personality stuff. And then at the end of the interview, they asked, they said like, "Oh, we might eh, let you know by the end of next week. We've got a few more interviews lined up and stuff." And then I said, "Oh, is there going to be a second one if I'm successful then?" And he just said, we don't know." He said, "We only give second ones if it comes down to a few people. We need to sort of, ask questions and stuff like that to get the one that sort of aligns with us." And then like 2 weeks later, they basically emailed me saying they'd like to offer it me, and I was like, "Man, they didn't even ask one technical question." So like
Yeah, that must mean because there was no second and you got it. That must mean you just fucking flew it, man.
that's what I'm saying, but it's so weird. Like, I know I nailed it. Like when I had the interview, I'll come away, and I usually do think it. Um, I don't think I've had a bad interview, to be fair, except for like a couple weeks ago, which was like after that one. But when I came away from that one, I was like, oh, I think I fucking nailed that. But you always think it, and then you get come back saying, sorry, we've gone with someone else. And like, sometimes I don't think that's a matter of that you didn't do well, just someone might have had more experience and hit the ground running more, that type of thing. But yeah, they just offered it me, man. I was like, what? And then like 2 weeks later, I had an interview, and I come away thinking like, that was shit. Like that was fucking shit. Because like they were reading me through my CV, but the way they were reading it, it was kind of like interrogation. Like, yes, it
Yeah.
says here that you spoke with stakeholders. What stakeholders have you spoke to? And like kind of patronizing. Like you've clearly just wrote this in bollocks. And then I'd actually give you like an answer. I was like, oh, well, I actually did like e-commerce stuff before, but like I pushed your place, which I did. And I said like he was constantly going to China, and I had to go back and forth, like liaise over email and stuff, back and forth with certain products that he wanted in and out and that type of stuff. And he was like, oh, okay. And like I just thought like it's like you're trying to get me rather than like I had an answer plan for it, but I come away and I was like, I didn't feel good about that. Like it didn't feel like an interview. It felt like you just wanted to be like, this is why you're not allowed the job type of thing.
Oh, yeah. Let's try and fucking trip him up on what bollocks is written on his CV.
Yeah, that's what it literally felt like. Yeah, but I felt like I backed it quite well because I don't actually like. I know a lot of people like embellish and lie on your CV, but it's quite like vague in a way. Like it doesn't say like I do this and I do that. It's more like I have experience in this. So like it's all just true because it's what I have experience in. And then if I'm going for a specific job, I'll just tweak it more towards of like the kind of job that I'm sending it for. So it's more catered to like so when they look at it, it's like okay, like he's hit the bullet points of what we're sort of after. But yeah, that one felt like shit, man. That was probably the only interview I've ever had where I've come away and been like, "Oh, I don't know if I even money if they offered it me because they
Mm.
kind of felt like dicks to be honest. Like it felt like they were just like
Yeah.
grilling me rather than just asking me questions.
Yeah. And we've always been over the years, reportedly, we've been pretty fucking good at interviews because we just go in not giving much of a shit, but we do smash them, and we've always come away and we asked the other person like, "Oh, how did that interview go today?" And we've always just been like, "Yeah, fucking smashed it." And that's one of the annoying things is you can't get an idea on whether you fucking got it or not. Because I come away from interviews now and I'm like, "Yeah, I did kill it, but I always fucking do." So I don't know if it was good or not. You know what I mean? Or if it's any indicator of whether I'll be successful or not. But
Yeah.
with this one as well, I also thought because it was so short with the second guy, maybe it's the first guy's decision and the second guy was just in quick because he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get this geezer. Do you want to just come in and have a quick chat with him just to get some second eyes on him, sort of thing?"
Yeah, that happens as well, to be fair. That is true. Um, and
Because
I've
that
had that.
first one, sorry to cut you off, but that first one, like, an interview couldn't go any better than that first one. Like,
Yeah.
it was fucking just perfect. I answered questions before he asked them. He was like, "Oh yeah, I was going to ask you that next," and I'd say something, and he was like, "Oh, that's music to my ears, man. Like, that's exactly what I want to hear." Before he even asked it, so I was like, "You couldn't actually do any better than this." You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, I just don't think you ever know because sometimes they've already got an internal hire as well, so they're just interviewing people because legally by law they have to. So that's shit as well. So you could be like, "Oh, that felt well," and you feel a bit optimistic, and they're just like, "Nah." You're like, "Oh, what the
Yeah,
fuck?" And then you can't help it. So yeah, I've done a lot of interviews to be fair. Like some have obviously got and like furthered my career with some of I went for didn't get some I went for been offered and I was like actually hearing it because I use an interview to figure out if I want the job really even if they offer it me it's more of like there's never not answers and I think it's a good thing when they say you got any questions at the end like if you go nah I think that's all right like I think that's quite a negative thing like you I think you're meant to have a few fucking questions rallied off because they like that um that's what recruiters always tell me and stuff like, make sure you've got questions. Like they always want you to ask follow-up questions. So and I always just have naturally. So it's just more about like what's my day to day like, you know, what's my workload look like? What's the team like? Is it a small fucking team? Like I stake it out and then I figure out whether it aligns with me as well or not, rather than just like offering it me and then I'll get into the job and thinking like, fuck, this ain't what I signed up for. I'd try and make it known as transparent as I possibly can because you know, it's quite risky moving job, and it's also like it's daunting. It's shit being the new person at a job, in it. So you make sure you
yeah,
want to like get in and it'd be like, oh, this is what I actually signed up for, rather than you know, I'd be surprised by how shit it is. And I've had that before as well.
yeah. And I think the questions make it seem more like you know what you're on about because if it's your first job, you probably won't have any questions. But if you've been in a few places and you think, I wonder if they do this and how they take that, and if they're flexible in this point of thing. So if you ask all them little things, it paints a picture to them that you've been around and you've got perspective on all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and like, oh, this was shit at my old job, so I'm gonna ask if they do it like that. Because if so, I sign up. You know what I mean? Like, it is
Yeah.
true. Like, the more experience comes, the more questions you're able to ask. But
What do you think about when they ask you like salary expectations? Because it's an awkward one, ain't it? Because you kind of want to play into them like bring the number down a bit. So I think, oh, okay, a bit of budget save there. But you also don't want to seem kind of fucking cheeky, but and say like, "Oh yeah, I want the most you'll give me." You know, it's an awkward question, man. It
what I
puts you
do
in a
for
weird
it,
spot.
because I always get asked it every like interview I've had, I have a look. I ask ChatGPT, I'll Google it, I'll look on like Indeed, I'll look at what the market is for it, and then I either just give a medium. So like say if it's a job that's like 35 grand mostly, and I look on the market and it's like 35 grand, I'll just say like if they say like, oh yeah, what's your salary expectations? I say, oh well, I've looked at like the current market, and I see that for various companies that the role typically goes for at 35,000. So I just say 35,000 and up, really. And they say, okay, that's fair enough. Like, so I
Yeah,
literally let them know in a way that I also researched it. And then I'll say the number. So I say like 35 and then I say and up. So I don't just like cap myself. So they're like, fuck it. Yeah. And with
yeah,
this previous job, they asked that. And I come like 4 grand sort of lower. And they've offered
yeah,
me like 4 grand more. So like I don't know if that's like the and up or if they thought, nah, like that's actually what the role pays for us type of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know, but yeah,
yeah, because
I never just say a single figure because then they're like, yeah, fuck it, like we'll
yeah,
underpay him.
yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It's awkward. But you know, I ain't gonna say it on air, but you know the number for the one I've gone for, and they said, "Oh, what's your salary expectations?" And I said, "Obviously the job's posted at this much." I said, "Generally, I've been applying for stuff like 3 grand less." I said, "I've been looking. Generally, I've been applying for jobs at this number, like three under." And I was like, "But obviously, everyone wants to get as much as they can, but I'd be happy with that number." So you know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like I said, you could have hit every fucking nail on the head and ticked all their boxes, but it just comes down to if they might have just. It could be a matter of things like they could interview someone as their last interview after you and just remember them because it was their last interview. And like, oh, he was all right, when yeah, let's get him in. Like, I think so much that goes into it. I've interviewed like maybe two people in my life, and it weren't like a serious job, so it weren't like a proper interview. So like, I don't know the tricks of the trades behind the scenes with that stuff, really. Um, but there's definitely things where like because I think in my new job I will because when I got interviewed for this new one there was a girl there that was only there like a couple of months, and she was like, "This is like my 50th interview since working here. Like, you'll get loads of opportunities to do loads of stuff." And she was even saying, "Yeah, I've started dabbling in some cybersecurity stuff as well because that's what I'm into." And like, she was like, "I've only been here 3 months, but the company's interested in where you're interested in." And that was one of the things they asked me, like, "Oh, after like 2 years, like, what about if you get bored? What do you want to do then? Like, where would you go? Like, you might not know now." So there's no right or wrong answer, but where would you like to go in like 2 years? If this starts becoming boring. And I just said, I'm someone that absorbs everything. So I'll take on anything, and then which ones I like more and ticks more of my boxes. Like, oh, I like to do more of that shit. Then I'll ask for more of that stuff. And they was like, yeah, that's what we want. And that's why she's interviewing here now because she likes to interview people and stuff. So I think I will get a little behind the scenes more and that stuff. Maybe I will start like interviewing people in the next few months, like as well. And maybe I'll share some of those fucking secrets, but there's definitely
yeah,
things where you'll find out and you'll be like, bastards, like that's why they asked that. You know what I mean? There's definitely fucking
yeah,
shady shit and like cornering questions where you're like, ah, fuckers. But
little psychological tricks.
yeah, definitely. And I always think some of them that I've been asked in the past were, and then after I've worked there for like a year, I brought it up and asked why they asked that, and I was like, oh, just for fun. Like I asked on one of my job interviews at the job that I'm currently at now, then leaving, they said something like, if you could be an animal, what animal would you be? I was like, fucking hell, like you're not expecting that in a job interview. And I said, oh man, maybe like a tiger or a wolf. And I was like, why? I was like, I just love them. Like they look sick. The amazing animals, they're beautiful, they're fierce, you know what I mean? Like they're loyal, like they're sticking like their own sort of packs. Like there's something cool about those animals, like a Bengal tiger or a wolf. I was like, fair enough. And then like a year later, I was like, why do you ask that question? I was like, ah, it's just fun, just see what people answer. Like people answer like all types of things, and it kind of shows what type of person you are, really. And I was like, ah, I guess so.
Yeah,
But
because if you just go, oh, I don't know. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They're gonna be like, "This guy's a bit boring. Fucking put some into it."
yeah,
But yeah, fucking yeah. He mentioned that as well because he said because I mentioned I was doing the course. Cause I've put it on the top of my CV that I'm doing that cybersecurity course. Just fucking just to prompt a bit of conversation, and he was like, "This course that you're doing." I said, "What's this all about?" Then he said, "Is this like, is this in your own time? Is it funded? Have you paid for it yourself?" And I did pay for it myself, and I think that's a good bump, man. Because I told him I paid like 1,600 quid for it, and I like to tell him that because it seems like, man, he's paid that much money just to expand his own knowledge in some little sector of IT.
yeah,
So I think they must think like, yo, he must be fucking driven towards that. And I was saying, yeah, just I've got a real interest, and he was saying, he was like, yeah, we could get you on that pathway. He said, we've definitely got some opportunities. 'Cause we've got our own infosec bit, and we've got our own cybersecurity little division and stuff. So, we'd be happily fucking just bump you up through there, like if the time came. And I was like, yeah, man. I said no rush. Like I'd like to get into the role I'm applying for and perfect that and be as good as I can in there
yeah.
before I start moving.
That's a good answer. Yeah.
Yeah,
Then it
and
seems like you're not trying to fucking bench straight away. You're like, nah, man, I'll do
yeah,
your job for a bit.
yeah, and the thing I yeah, the thing I'm banking on as well is I did get denied for it, man. I applied for it over a month ago.
Oh yeah.
I got declined, and then it was like 3.5 weeks later, I got invited for the interview, and I asked him, I was like, I got declined for this job, and then I just got asked for an interview like a month later, and he said, yeah, we filled the role, and then they just dropped out. And I'm available
Mm,
immediately, so I'm hoping they've gone like, oh, this guy's starting in a month. Maybe that guy had a month's notice, so he's like, yeah, they're starting in a month, and then he's dropped out. They must think, fuck's sake, we are just about to fill that. Like, let's interview again, and then I'm free
yeah.
straight away. It might be easier to just get me straight in as well.
Yeah, I wonder why the person dropped out. I wonder if they like it was they got offered something better, or it was too many red flags for them that they were like, "Oh, I don't like this." And it's actually, I'm off.
Well, I did it before. I accepted a job, and then 2 weeks later, I got an offer from somewhere else. But the one I accepted originally was 2 grand more, and I went back to the
Oh yeah, I remember this.
later one and said, "Oh, I've been offered this already, and I've accepted it, but it's 2 grand more. Can you match it?" And they said yes, so I took that one. So that they would have been like, "Oh, fuck's sake, he was meant to start like next week." You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So just little shits like that can happen.
yeah. Remember, I saw a news article the other day, and I had to fucking bring it up here. I don't know if you saw it. You know, like on earlier ones, I'd give you like mad news articles that I saw.
Yeah.
Let me try and find. Um, it's not funny in terms of the story, but in terms of like the headline of how preposterous it is, it's funny because you're like, what? But I don't know if you saw this, but a man at a zoo randomly threw someone else's toddler into the crocodile enclosure.
Oh, oh, shit.
Now imagine you're just at the zoo with your kid and some bloke comes and just twats Max into a fucking crocodile enclosure. Like, you should be allowed to kill that motherfucker where he stands, but you
Mm.
couldn't. But like, what, man? When I read that, I was like, what? Apparently, it was like a 30-year-old dude. And yeah, it was a 3-year-old boy.
I think sometimes, so when I'm walking with him, sometimes, and people walk past him just a bit closer, I just think, what if they just smacked him like for nothing, like on his head or something? I'd have to just maul him. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
you have that paranoia. You know, when you're driving, you think, what if the opposite lane just goes, "Rah," just fucking rags it into me? You just
Yeah.
have them thoughts. I have them like, what if someone just kicks him or fucking slaps him for no reason? People are just out here flipping out, man. Like,
Yeah.
fucking hell. What do
It
you
is
do then?
scary. I also saw one, and I thought this was weird. Have you heard of the? She's quite a famous pop singer, like Olivia Rodrigo. You know who she is?
think so.
You might have heard some of her songs. I don't know much of her catalog. I just know her, and she's very good looking, so I also know her because of that.
Hit
But
me back one more time on it.
sure, but she came out recently and said she can tell at her recent gigs that people in the front queue of the front row of her gigs that they're wearing like nappies. So imagine people want to see her so bad. They're like, I'm getting to the front of the queue and I ain't going to the bathroom for nothing. I'm going to wear a nappy and
Mm.
just shit and piss myself there and then because I love her so much. And then she can tell. Now imagine as well, you're one of the people that do that, and then you read that she comes out and says that, you think, fuck, did she know when I did it? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I've
But
got a little skill like that. If I'm,
that ain't oh, okay, let's break this down. What do you mean skill by what? That you
if
just
I,
will piss and shit
it's not
yourself?
nappies. No, 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 no.
Okay, okay.
If I'm watching videos silenced, I can guess what their accent is. If it's just someone talking, but I've got no sound on, because usually I'm waiting for Max to fall asleep. I'm just sitting there watching, scrolling shit, and someone will be talking on screen, and I think they look Geordie just by the way their mouth's moving. And I'll
Yeah.
put the sound up a little bit, and they are, man.
I can also do that. And I see it all the time, like when footballers on the pitch and they shout something, and then like the comments are like, you can just, even though you can't hear it, you can just see the accent that came out of. You know what I mean? If they're like Scottish or something.
Yeah,
But yeah, I can kind of that as well. But yeah, I think it's just the way the mouth moves and the tongue moves that you can be like, oh, they're talking kind of like that. Yeah.
yeah. You know what's done my head in a bit?
Go on.
You know this fucking Jeremy Clarkson cancer thing?
Yeah.
It's done my head in a bit because he posted that video the other day saying, "Oh, some somber news, like the last two episodes of fucking Clarkson's Farm, like I've got cancer and that, so they're a bit sad." And I announced it on there, and then I was thinking, oh, because I ain't watched it for a couple of seasons, but I was thinking I'm gonna go and watch them fucking episodes and just to see what's going on and the announcement and that. And I imagine fucking hundreds of thousands of people have done that. And then he's posted a video today saying, "Yeah, I'm all right, man. The doctors have found it. I'm sound."
Yeah.
And I think, man, that must have pumped so many fucking extra views to that. That seems a bit shady, man. That does.
Yeah, but like, fuck it. It is cancer. Use it to promote. You know what I mean?
I guess, but like, it just feels a bit ratty, man, to do
Yeah,
that
I
around
saw it because
something.
I've actually been watching it, and I'm just about to go on to the last season. And obviously, like, I saw the same video, and he didn't say he had cancer. He said, "Oh, we like to
Oh
keep it
yeah,
like light, and we like to make it jokeful, but and show like the real true side of stuff as well." He said, "But these last two episodes are a tough watch." So they're a
yeah,
hard watch, and then obviously, like when the episode came out, it was everywhere of the clip of him announcing that he had
yeah.
cancer and that. Um, but when I saw that video as well, all the comments are like, because there's a few episodes, because there's one where he has like pigs and they just keep dying, and you see it, and it's quite a sad episode to be fair. Um, and all the comments are like, "Oh, please don't be to do with this again. Please don't do that." And he was like, "This pig better not fucking die." All this because he has like characters. Like he's got like a really tiny pig that's like just won't grow on the farm, and he calls it Richard Ham, or like Richard Hammond. And it was like, stuff better not be happening to fucking Richard Ham. I swear to God, if he dies, I'm gonna riot and all that
Yeah.
type of stuff. And then meanwhile, he's like, "Yeah, I've got cancer."
Yeah. Yeah. No showbiz, I'm actually just dead sick.
Yeah, but I did see that because it was filmed like 10 months ago. That he did say something where he said they did like a immediate sort of biopsy, and although it's aggressive, is probably going to be okay because they caught it really early on and stuff. But he's in the exact fucking age where you get prostate cancer, man.
See though, it is shady then because if they filmed it fucking 10 months ago, you know what I mean, and now they're just dropping it to be like, oh man, yeah, like this fucking last episode's gonna be a bad one. And that was 10 months ago. Now he waits for the episodes to come out and now he just says, "Yeah, I'm alright."
Yeah, yeah, but that's because it's like news, and I mean, he didn't break it or tweet about it. It's the first time people are going to hear it, so he probably let it go out there, and obviously, yeah, build up a bit of momentum. He's a smart dude that way, you know what I mean? Knows how to promote, and then also he probably had to come out and be like, "I am all right." Like I know people are probably worried I'm going to die, but I'm all right, and that, and it probably is a hard watch, like you said, for a lot of people because cancer, you
It
could
will
chuck
be.
you could chuck a rock and you know someone that knows someone that died of cancer type of thing. So yeah,
No, it will be. And fucking I love him, you know what I mean? I love all three of them and being a big Top Gear fan. So I was gutted as well seeing it and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to watch that to just see. But it painted it like he's got fucking a couple fucking weeks left. You know what I mean? It was
yeah.
a bit dodgy, man.
But like, because I've obviously been watching it, and I also love all three of them. And genuinely, like, I remember when Clarkson's Farm first came out a few years ago. You told me like you should watch it, man. It's good. And I thought I don't give a fuck about a farming show, even though it's Jeremy Clarkson. And I don't know what made me watch it. To be fair, but I put it on and genuinely, like, I laugh out loud at that show because it's funny.
Yeah.
Like, if his dog just jumps up and just headbutts him in the bollocks, it's like, oh, fuck! Like, it's just
Yeah,
hilarious watching him get battered. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
because he's such
it's
an
so
old man.
candid, ain't it?
Yeah, because he's
Yeah, and
such an
he's
old man and he just, like, falls over and just does stuff dead shit. Like, it's
yeah,
relatable because he's not a farmer, but, like, so he's just a regular old bloke trying to do this stuff. So it's
he's
just
just
hilarious.
he's just so clumsy and stiff as well.
Yeah.
Just can't do anything, can he?
Yeah, but like when I because I've obviously been getting into that and stuff like that, and I was talking to my brother about it the other day, and I said like, yeah, I've been watching that, and he was like, why? And I was like, it's class, and I said I'll actually be like upset when he dies. To be fair, like any of them, like the Top Gear people, I was like, I've watched them for literally years, and like I've watched every Top Gear they did. I love the Grand Tour. Like I watch the YouTube stuff now and again. Look, I think I actually will be quite devastated when Jeremy Clarkson dies, to be fair. And he was like, why? He was like, that seems like a weird one. I was like, I don't know. And then when it, like 2 days later, it was like, yeah, he's got cancer. I was like, oh man, fucking hell. Like it's going to be coming soon. But I'm surprised he's even lasted like this long though at the same
Mm.
time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, for sure.
he's not in shape and he drinks and smokes all the time. Like on one of the series where COVID happens, he says to that Caleb, he says like, "I'm shit scared to be honest. I've smoked like 250,000 cigarettes in my life. I've already had pneumonia, so my lungs are scarred." He was like, "I'm shitting it," and that Caleb went, "Yeah, don't look good." Like the fact he's alive is kind of crazy because he ain't a healthy bloke. He's like overweight and stuff even at his age. So if he beats prostate cancer as well, then fair fox to him, man. It just shows what money does, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
That,
Just
that
fucking buy a new one.
yeah, private fucking healthcare. But I work in an industry where I look at death certificates often to process, you know, passing of people and stuff like that. And the amount of male deaths I see because of prostate cancer is alarming. Like, damn, like most dudes fucking seem to die of it. And it's two things. It's either heart problems, heart attack, or prostate cancer. Those are your two inevitabilities, I feel, as a guy. That's where you fucking go, man.
That's why I stay thin and get that massage, man. Get that massage up, man.
Apparently, like I think it's if you ejaculate like 28 times a month, it significantly reduces your chances of prostate cancer by like 40% or something.
Damn, I'm fucking 120% clear. I
Yeah,
am.
you're good. You're immune at the moment. And plus, and I think I wonder, like, because that is like an actual study that I read like a few months back. And I wonder if that is the way to sort of keep it at bay. Obviously, there's genetics and other things you can't fucking help. But I wonder because as you get older, like your libido isn't as much and you're not ejaculating as much, or you can't even get erect anymore. If that is why it builds, you know what I mean? Like if you just keep yourself fucking pulling on your pud, do you just keep that shit at bay? You know what I mean? Like I wonder if that is like if that is how it works.
Yeah, well, it's a fucking muscle, ain't it? So, you know, keeping healthy in all other aspects is much more likely to fucking keep you alive. Keeping your heart pumping, with your heart's a muscle organ. Like keeping that healthy and your fucking lungs and everything, just keeping them all fit. You're gonna last longer, man.
I'm asking ChatGPT.
Your chat GPT's like, man, this fucking geezer, man.
Yeah, I do
You know, you
ask it
should
some
try.
good
You
shit.
know, you should try while you're on there. I did it a few weeks ago. Type to it, say, create a picture based on how you think I treat you.
Oh man, okay, that's quite creepy though, man. I don't know if I like that.
Yeah. With me, it was just like it was me, and then it was a little robot that was ChatGPT, like a little droid, and we were just like best mates on the sofa, and there was like all car stuff everywhere.
Ah, that's so weird.
And then it had like a little sign, like saying, "Oh, you don't just treat me like a robot." It was like proper friendly.
So I've asked it if short answer is we don't know for sure. I don't know if I've ever seen it say that.
Mm, yeah,
But yeah, so while I'm asking it, generate me a picture of how you think I treat you.
yeah. You think you're fucking? You think seeing them death certificates pushes you more to getting tested at some point?
I don't know if it's them necessarily. As you know, I'm a fucking paranoid person. I'm a bit of a hypochondriac. So, like, even if I just feel like, oh, my throat's sore, I just go, oh, fuck, cancer. Like, I am just waiting for the day. I'm basically waiting to be in a doctor's fucking waiting room and they say, yep, Mr. Wood, you've got cancer. And I'll be like, I knew it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, I'm just waiting for it almost.
Knew it
Um,
since I was 14. Fucking knew this day was coming.
yeah,
But then
and the way it
on the other
goes, yeah.
sorry, on the other fucking side, like my dad, obviously he's paranoid about. He's better these days, but he's been paranoid over the years. He's probably had 10, just voluntarily, like fucking prostate exams and all sorts of exams. He just goes in and he's like, "Summit's here, man. You need to check me." Has it done that picture?
It is.
Go on, you got to share it.
I don't know how I'm going to share it.
I don't know.
If I drag it over to here, oh no, it's just got the camera off. I don't know how I can share it.
Send
Um,
it me and then just put picture in picture on the fucking when you do the edit.
oh, it's more fucking work that way. Um, yeah, I'll do that. But yeah, it's there's to describe it for the for people that are listening. It's just a cute looking girl holding a robot's head, and there's like sticky notes everywhere. and it
That's what it
says
did for me.
how you treat me. You ask me so many questions. You're awesome. Thank you for being such an amazing human being. Yeah, it's a bit weird. I don't know why he thinks I'm a good looking woman, like, but
It put me as a girl as well. I'm one of them.
I'll take it. You're kind for respectful and always appreciate my help.
I want to see someone do it where it's just like fucking whipping it, man. Like, get this done, you bastard.
Yeah. Yeah. I wonder if I don't know if it will though, because I think ChatGPT's it has obviously like guidelines and stuff in it. Like it won't tell you about certain stuff. Like I was in a debate before. I might have said it already on like the podcast on many ago, but I was having a debate before on like the game Battlefield and which scope, because you've got like a rangefinder and a sniper, and we was like going, I think 200 meters is the best middle point. Like just keep it on that, and then a friend of mine, Josh, was like, "No, I think it's like 400," and was like, "I don't know." And then I just asked ChatGPT, and it just says, "Oh, we can't help you with that. We ain't gonna give you like shooting tips type of thing."
Oh,
And so, like, I think it toes a certain line, like it has guidelines, doesn't it? So I don't know if it will just show a human whipping a robot and be like, "Fucking answer this, you cunt." You know what I mean? I don't know if
yeah.
it will generate that. Maybe Grok, maybe that will, but I don't think ChatGPT is capable.
Yeah, I saw a picture the other day and someone had asked it like, pretend I'm flying to a country where candy's illegal. What would be the best way to just get in like 10 kilos of sugar into the country? And then it was like a face of ChatGPT just being like, come on, bro.
Like, yeah, man, we know what you're trying to fucking ask.
Yeah.
Just ask it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
man. Fucking hell.
yeah, that's the only mad fucking news article I saw, because I read that and I was like, man, how would you deal with that? As like a parent, if some dude just come and twat your kid into a crocodile enclosure, man. Like, how do you not murder a person right there?
I know, because you want to go and fucking kill him, but your priority's like getting your kid out of there without getting munched yourself.
I don't know about this story prior, but it says here that Graham Norton wins court over Facebook deepfakes in US. So I don't know if he was being used as like deepfakes to spread like
Oh,
fake news, and he's like sued, but apparently he's won.
just taking back shots on the
It could have,
fucking
yeah,
Graham Norton getting
it
clapped
could have
over.
been that. Yeah, I thought it was just him spreading misinformation and saying daft shit. I didn't even put it together that he was like fucking, but that's what people were using deepfakes for, weren't it? Because they banned the deepfakes subreddit on Reddit because of that shit. To be fair,
Yeah, with the fucking yeah, and obviously the what was that iCloud one called now? Had a weird name there, like that fucking
the fappening.
yeah, with like what was her name? Jennifer Lawrence and all that.
Oh man, those pictures when they came out, they showed the world that she was a good girl, man.
I don't know if I ever saw that.
Oh man, they weren't just like leaks where like it was just a bit of tit and that. It was like full on her just like come on her face and everything, like spreading pussy and everything. It was vulgar.
Mm.
It was like it weren't even like, oh, this is a bit of like nip slip or a bit of lingerie stuff. It was like full on like, oh shit, those are like leaks. Like it
Hunger
was
Games
bad.
for real.
Yeah, yeah, it was a bad leak, to be fair. Like I bet it was like very fucking traumatizing for her to see all that shit just come out and be spread
It's a thing.
everywhere.
It's a thing, eh, man. Imagine being a celebrity like the Kaylee Kuko ones as well. They're like they're not fucking terrible. They're just
Yeah.
some cheeky pictures, but even if you're just a celebrity with a normal person, you wouldn't want a normal picture, even just a nip slip taken, because you think like that you've
Just a
got so
picture
much
that you
power on
didn't want
your
it out there, even if it's just a random selfie with your friends, you're like, fuck, why is that out there? Like that was just on my phone. That's not meant for the public. You know what I mean? Like I don't want people to see that shit.
But I mean, if you're the celebrity, you must just be thinking like you've got that trump card on me now. You've got the power now, just
Yeah.
off a normal picture.
I think that's why like she started doing films with nudity to sort of get that sort of
Take the power
power.
away. Mm.
Yeah. Which fair play to her, I get it. But yeah, I looked into that many years ago as to why that happened, because it happened to so many fucking celebrities. And do you know why it happened?
It's just some data breach hack, wasn't it? Like, was it fucking? It was like a hack on American servers or Apple servers or something, and just
It
loads of
it
iCloud
was
accounts got
it
leaked.
was like a couple, like a group of like hackers type of thing, and they authenticated an email that looks like the iCloud Apple email saying like, you've been logged out, please change your password and put it in here type of thing. So then when they did, they just had their password and then just shut them out and then just uploaded their whole fucking iCloud library. So it was just regular dudes that just sent fake good looking email out that looked like it was from Apple to change their iCloud password, and they just did loads of people did it because it looked so good, and then they just had access to all these celebrities' fucking iClouds.
Yeah,
Crazy man.
fucking Elon. Remember when Elon Musk's Twitter account got hacked and they pasted like a fucking Bitcoin wallet and said like, "Oh, send some here and we'll double it,"
Yeah,
but from actual Elon's account, man,
yeah.
and they fucking made millions.
Yeah, it is. It is a weird. It's a weird place. Like, obviously, I work in industry, and you in IT. Like, phishing is, and that's with the PH for people that aren't
Fiji.
know. Like phishing. Yeah, it's.
Fishing.
yeah, it's What it is if you just send like an email with like a link, that's like it looks real. So if you're at a company, it'll be like, oh, please click this. Like I had one. What my old company used to do. They used to do phishing tests where they used to send it
Pretty
to
much everywhere
people.
does it. Yeah.
Yeah, my company actually don't. I was talking to
Hmm.
this other day. My current company don't, but they send one, and then whether you report it or you click on it, they then, if you click on it, it says, "Oh, this was a test and you fucking failed," type of thing, and then they'll put
Yeah.
like a couple of days later, they'll send like a business-wide email saying like, "You need to be better at looking for these because 14% of you click the link, and that could be enough to fucking wipe this whole company off the map," type of thing. But yeah, it's when someone like a hacker or a group or whatever just send like an email with like a link, and then you click on it, and then you just basically give them open fucking you just open the door for them to just have so much information.
Yeah.
um but yeah, it's we're in a I wonder how much that is boomed in terms of like becoming more dangerous with AI, and how easy it is to maybe mask it and like make it look more authentic and stuff too.
Yeah. It's quite funny actually because I was talking to Amy when I first started doing this course, and I was showing her a few examples of how to fucking combat a hacking, like a penetration at the time. And she was like, I don't get it. I was like, it's you're basically trying to hack your own network so you know where the weak spots are, so you can patch them up before someone else finds your fucking vulnerabilities. And she was like, I just don't understand. And I was like, all right, let's say I come to your house and I try and break in. You ask me to try and break into your house, and then I say, "Oh, that fucking window was really easy to get into. You fix that window." And she was like, "Yeah, I get that premise, but why would anyone want to hack somebody's computer?" I was like, "Are you fucking mad?" I was like, every minute of the day, like Microsoft and Apple and fucking, you know what I mean? These Tesla and shit, they're all fending off hacking attempts because people can make fucking millions out of them.
Yeah,
Like, it's obvious.
there's people. I was speaking to that Sean that I work with, and I was talking to him kind of about this because we was talking about like phishing emails and stuff. Because I was sitting next to him in the office, and I showed him. I was like, "Yeah, look, I had this dodgy one, and I reported it." And then I was saying, "There's even motherfuckers out there now that just need to stand next to you, and then they're getting that information from your phone. So like, there's phone cases that you can like wear to like prevent you from that, and like your wallets and stuff." And like he showed me, and he was like, "Oh, you mean like this?" And he had one, to be fair.
Yeah.
But like it's true. Like some people could just stand next to you for a few minutes and they've got like your bank details, your login shit, like it's there. Like I almost think like it's crazy that she can't even comprehend as to why someone would want to break into your shit. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
what
I,
why
I
wouldn't
think,
they?
yeah, I think she was thinking, like, I'd want to come to yours and just get on your computer and, you know what I mean, see your pictures and that. But nah, it's deeper than that. But yeah, people are obviously trying to get your fucking bank details and all that kind of shit. But there's a common one is you can have a little device that just puts out a fake fucking Wi-Fi, like free Wi-Fi. So you sit in the Starbucks or something,
Yeah.
and you can create a little network just called Starbucks free Wi-Fi or something, and then you go onto it, and it looks like a legit like capture page with a fucking Google kind of um like splash page,
Yeah, like
and you
prove
put
you're
your
human.
you put your email and password into there, try and connect, and it won't connect you to. Well, it can. Some of them actually can. It'll connect you to a network. The internet won't work, but while you're on there, they'll just be fucking siphoning all your shit, man. And they've got your email and password as well because you've entered it. And they've just got the keylogger fucking on there.
Yeah.
Just something as simple as public Wi-Fi, man.
Yeah, it's true. Also, there's a dude I always see him on like reels and stuff.
Yeah, fucking Ryan.
Is that his name?
Ryan Montgomery in it, the little skinny guy. Looks a bit
Yeah,
like
and
Hook.
he used to be like a hacker. Now he's considered like there's a term for it where he's like a generous hacker or something like that. And
Yeah,
I've seen him like show products, and he's like, this just looks like a phone charger, but you actually plug
yeah,
that in, and I've got everything. You're fucked.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I have control, and it's like, damn, like even just something like that. And he'd be like, I've got this jammer. He's like, this cost me like $30,000, but like I just put it in a vicinity, and you're free in that vicinity. All your data is just fucking coming straight to it. Type of thing. It's like, man, that's just out there. It is just out there, man.
yeah. He's called Ryan Montgomery. I've been watching him for months, man, because they call him like the best hacker on the planet. But yeah, he cracks down on fucking like grooming rings and stuff on Discord and like these weird cults on fucking Reddit and Discord and shit where they're like telling kids to harm themselves on Roblox and all this shit. He tracks them down, man, and he's been doing it just off his own back for fucking years. I think now he works with FBI and everything to actually hack these people and fucking track them down.
Yeah, fair play to him.
He's a nice character as well.
Yeah.
But I watched a podcast with him, man, and he had a weird upbringing, man. He was doing fucking drugs like coke and shit at 9 and fucking robbing people, and
Damn.
like he had a mad ghetto life growing up, and now he's just a proper fucking nerdy guy that does hacking and that, man.
Yeah. Yeah, that is fucking crazy. Yeah, I'd like us to get to a point where this podcast is obviously like we have a bit of pull and just start getting like people out and where you could ask about their life. Like, yeah, hold on, let's go back. What do you mean you did cocaine at 9? Like, talk to me about that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, what the fuck do you mean? 9 and you was 9 doing coke? Like when I was 9, I probably couldn't even spell coke. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I was fucking just riding around on a fucking bike.
Yeah, it is nuts, but yeah, that's crazy. But fair play to him. It is cool when people do sort of things like that, like off their own back. Like those people that do the Indian scam centers and stuff, because they're cunts, man. Like calling up old women and just getting all their money and stuff, and just frightening them and panicking them because they don't know technology. And like, yeah, go and get me Google Play cards and yeah, I love it when they get the comeuppance when like they redeem it on screen and stuff. They're like, "Why did you redeem it?" And they're probably
Yeah, yeah.
screaming. Yeah, I fucking
Do
love
not
those.
redeem.
Yeah, that's so funny. Or like,
Yeah,
fuck, what's that one guy? He's either Scottish or Irish.
yeah.
Some
Jim Browning.
Jim Brown, and yeah, like I love his because one,
Yeah,
it's like it's just calming in it, like they're just chill videos, but also like you'll hack into their like CCTV and he was like, I can see that you're wearing that Rajesh, and they're like, you see I'm panicking, like, what do you
yeah.
mean? You can see me? Like, I love those because it's like fucking getting them.
I've gained access to the inboard CCTV of a hack center in India.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
proper fucking
There's something really like satisfying about those videos, but like just instant karma stuff. I'm a big fan of, man. Like when you see people go, "Oh, you fucking prick!" Like when they're driving and they're just like crash into a lamppost immediately after, like, "Yeah, you fucking wanker." You know what I mean? There's something
yeah,
fun about those videos, man.
yeah. Have you seen the fake email address that's Microsoft, but it's RN instead of an M?
I don't think so.
It's like lowercase RN, so
It looks like an
it's
M.
like
Yeah,
1 pixel away from an M, man. It's crazy.
yeah. Clever motherfuckers, man. Yeah, I do wonder because that is I don't know if we spoke about it on this, but I spoke to you in person about it because obviously I'm fascinated with all this stuff. But I looked up like quantum computers, and that's obviously the next big thing. And one of their biggest sort of threats is security because it's so good. And like, I think even with AI, there's some like security risks and people probably think, when they're building these things and training them or even developing them and stuff like, oh, what about security with this? And even like in my work, like we're allowed to kind of use it, but you can't put any personal information. Like if I've emailed like a letter up, like, I want that fleshed out a little bit, like it's not really hitting the beats, I'll just copy and paste it, put it into Copilot and say, make it more towards this or make it convey this point a little bit better than I've done there type of thing. But like you can't, if it's like dear Mrs. Smith or something like that, you can't have personal information there because a data fucking breach can happen, and then they've just got all the information that dumbasses that have just put into there. So like, I do wonder how much of it is a concern for security, and like already like it might already be at a point where if we was to find out, we'd be like, holy shit, like they have that much information on us because of AI. Like it probably is already quite
Yeah,
an alarming security breach, but there's no stopping it now. You know what I mean? It's out and about.
yeah. I think the biggest concern with the quantum computing is just encryption. Because if you encrypt a message, I could write a fucking I could write a sentence out to you like saying, "Oh, this is the fucking username and password to this, and the money's kept in this account," and I could encrypt it, and the sentence might be fucking 100 characters, but if I encrypt it with like a 64-bit encryptor pattern, it'll encrypt it in blocks, but each block's been encrypted 64 times. So it's encrypted it into a pattern then again and again and again, and then it has to decrypt it. You have to run the same pattern backwards, and that's how you'd access the message. But there's hundreds of different encryption patterns. But a quantum computer would just go in half a second and just have it.
So I
You know what I mean?
watched Brian Cox talk about this, and he said that is one of the biggest concerns because like a bank's encryption is like 1,000 characters long, and each individual encryption is like billions of probabilities. And I think it said like it would take the fastest normal supercomputer on Earth right now like 32 million years to encrypt it, and a quantum computer can do it in like 2 seconds. And he was
Yeah,
like, "That's a problem." So
yeah. You're gonna have to get the quantum computers to do the encrypting at that
yeah,
point.
yeah, you will have to. And I thought what was quite interesting is in that latest James Bond game that there's a quantum computer in there. Like that's the main like operation of like his hub. It's a quantum computer. And I thought,
Hmm.
like even video games are starting to like clock on to like this fucking amazing thing that's out.
Yeah, I'm enjoying I'm enjoying stuff being a bit fucking self-aware of the current status of like AI and stuff like that. I kind of like it, like the boys, where there was like, oh, it's just fucking AI videos. You know what I mean? I like it being present and aware of that shit.
But let me ask you this, and we might have already spoke about this in terms of that. Like, how do you feel about when shows do COVID?
Yeah, it's just such a cringy time, ain't it?
But why is it though? Because I agree.
It's because we feel stupid. Because we're all fucking scared and wearing masks and creeping around and that, and now we're just like, oh, that was a little blip a couple of years ago. We thought life would never be the same.
Yeah, maybe that is it. Yeah. Yeah, because when I see it on a TV show, like not even like a reality TV show, like an actual just TV show that's like, let's say, even though it didn't happen, let's say Big Bang Theory was around while the pandemic was on, then they do a season about it, you know what I mean, where Sheldon has to stay in the apartment all the time and stuff like that. Like, I don't like it when they're touching it, but it is real life. And like you said, I'm accepting of it when they do like AI and stuff in TVs that are today's things that they're bringing to light and like acknowledging. But for some reason, when they do COVID, I find it cringy. It like it pulls me out of it. I don't know why. Like it breaks immersion for me more than anything
Yeah.
else.
I think the masks just do it as well. Because during that time as well, when people were fucking good, like Linus Tech Tips, obviously they're a proper fucking business with health and safety and all that shit, and they shoot in a studio. So they were all shooting videos with masks on, and it was just so muffled and shit. You're like, man, I just can't watch these videos.
Yeah.
It ain't their fault, but it's just fucking annoying.
Yeah, it is crazy. But speaking of video games, there was obviously some like announcements. You've been playing Tears of the Kingdom quite a bit on Switch. I've been playing Persona 5. That's been a great time. Um, but did you see the GTA 6 sort of teaser when it's like zooming out of like Vice City at night? Oh
Yeah,
damn, it's getting here, right, man? It's coming. It's getting there.
yeah, boy, I'm excited, man.
But I just keep seeing like, and I kind of agree. Like, rest in peace, fucking base consoles, man. Because I don't know if it's gonna run it well. I don't know if the regular PS5, which is what I have, is gonna run that shit. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I ain't really got no doubts, man. There's some fucking big games out at the minute with good graphics, man.
Oh, there definitely is. Like, I play the Final Fantasy 7 remakes, and they're like big, beautiful games, and they run at a nice uh refresh rate and that. But you do kind of have to choose like performance mode or quality mode, to be fair, because if you choose quality mode, it is capped at like 60. Whereas if you want to play 120, you have to put it on performance mode. So I don't know.
Mm.
I am genuinely concerned of how it's going to perform performance wise, man. Because even Rockstar are kind of perfect in terms of when they release something, it's good, but they did slip up on that master collection they did, and things didn't run well on them, and they were just like ports. You know what I mean? So
Well, the
I
definitive edition.
yeah, they didn't run well even on ports, and that was the first like time their
Mm,
record got kind of blemished a little bit, and I was like,
yeah, it
"Oh,
was.
that's not a good Rockstar thing that's come out there." So I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I'm hoping not, obviously, because I think they're doing that traditional thing where they're not releasing it on PC straight away. It's going to come out like a year after, which
Well,
I'm
that
annoyed
gives
with.
me a
But
bit of confidence because they're obviously concentrating hard on the console edition, and then because I imagine the PC's got so much more in it because you got to add all the fucking online servers and all the the graphical choices like texture detail,
yeah,
fucking shading, all this and ray tracing and that. So it's obviously a longer build for PC, but the base version is going to be console. But I mean, PS5 is getting old. It is fucking. It is what we on like 5 years or something.
yeah. I think we spoke about it in Discord the other night, but yeah, like I think typically now we would start seeing PS6 stuff. But I think because of the shortages of silicon, microchips, RAM, all that type of stuff, that I think they are prolonging it to 2029 roughly, PlayStation and Xbox. But I think typically now we would start be looking at maybe some PS6 news, like in terms of how long a console's been out and stuff. So it is getting to the back end of the life cycle of a generation,
Yeah.
which
Do
is
you still
crazy to
get
think.
excited for console releases? It speaks to the kid in you, but at the same time, it's just it because the fucking the I don't know the what's the word? The kind of hype's gone. It's just like, oh, it's some new hardware. No, you know what I mean. When we were fucking getting PS3s and PS4s, it was like exciting because a new console's just so rare to come out. But now it's like, oh, you can just here's a thing to run the newest games. You know what I mean? It feels a bit empty now.
Yeah, I think PS5 I was less kind of excited about. Um, But what I'll say that I think took my enjoyment away from, say, like typical consoles like a PlayStation and Xbox is I've got a pretty good PC. So I just get stuff on PC, you know what I mean? So like if I didn't have any console and then the PS6 was coming out and I had the PS5, I'd be like, oh, that's the next one that I need to get. But because I've got a PC, and most of the time, unless it's an exclusive, which is what I typically actually get the PlayStation 4, is the Spider-Mans, the God of Wars, the Ghost of Tsushima, that type of stuff. Because I would just get shit on PC. And there's certain games that I'll toss up. So there'll be like more couch chilling games that come out on PC and PlayStation, and I use like CD keys and I get a key so I can get the game for like 30 quid cheaper sometimes. Or sometimes I might want to pay the extra 30 quid because I want to sit on the couch and sort of play it on the PlayStation. Um, so I think that's taken away my enjoyment of the next console coming out. But what I will say is when the Switch 2 was coming out, I was quite excited about it. So I liked it. And when I got it, I was like, this is a fucking nice console, man. Like I was actually quite excited about it and to play Mario Kart. And the day before I was going to fetch it, because my friend works in like a game thing, so I asked him to just put one behind the counter for me because they were just sold out immediately. I was like, "Oh, I'm going there tomorrow. I'm gonna go and fetch that off him," type of thing. And I was like, "Oh, I can't actually wait to fucking play it." Like I was actually kind of excited to just jump on it. And yeah, so I think it is still in me, but I don't know if it's necessarily like games or if it's because it's like new technology and sort of fun and like it's the stuff that's gonna come to it eventually. Like I'm like, oh, the new Pokemon's gonna come on that, and that's probably gonna be fucking pretty fun. So but yeah, I think in terms of actual consoles like PlayStation, Xbox, and stuff, it's more to do with the exclusives. Like if PS6 comes out and it releases with, I don't know, Spider-Man 3, I'd be like, fuck, I want to get a PS6 then because I want to play that on the fucking latest shit. But yeah, in terms of the actual console, nah. But I think if I order it and then it's coming the next day, I would get excited about it because a new thing's coming. You know what I mean? It's a new bit of
Yeah.
technology that's coming my way. But I could also wait at the same time because I've got a PC. But if you don't have a PC and you are just console only, I can see why people would be excited about stepping the generation up because that's what I did. Like I say with my Switch, I was like, oh, like it's a new version of the Switch. Like, this is going to be fun. So yeah, I know what you mean. Same as midnight release and stuff in it. They're like people still do it, and some like games and that still kind of put them on and that. But they're more of a thing in the past since digital games have come out now, haven't they, as well?
Yeah, it's a shame, man. Did we go? Oh no, you couldn't do a fucking midnight on PS5, could you? We did PS4, didn't we?
Yeah, I got you
When
to
it
the
got
front of
nicked.
the queue, man.
Oh yeah, we cheated, man. We
Yeah, I
we
got
sat
you to
nice in the wall.
yeah, like because
Yeah.
me and Ryan queued up for like, the PS4 midnight release, and as the queue to go into a building because it weren't just like the game, it was like a mall, weren't it really? You go into
Yeah,
there and then the shop was like in the sort of building. So it was just the doors to just get in to then run to the fucking game, really. But to the side, there was like a pub that lets you go into the other side. So I was like, yo, let's just go fucking sit in there. It's like, yo, let's just sit in the warm and just chill. And then as soon as they opened the doors, we just went in there and you was literally first and
yeah,
got your console first before everyone.
yeah, yeah, man. First served, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a cool time that was. I do miss midnight releases, man.
Yeah,
It's
because I
just some.
I remember because you obviously drove quite early on, at like 17, 18, and then when a new Pokemon game used to come out, you say, "Yo, pick me up at midnight, man." And we used to just go to like an Asda or somewhere where we'd sell
Yeah,
it, and I'd just go and get the new Pokemon game at midnight, man, and go back home and play it for hours. That was sick,
yeah.
man.
I know, man. Little adventures, like with a reason to just go out at that time as well.
Yeah, I do definitely miss stuff like that, but yeah, I think that's why I like to like I do like lands and stuff now at Corins. I'm definitely more inclined to want to try and do more stuff like that. Like recently, I know you can come, but I had a few people over at mine for the England match, and it was good, man. Like I genuinely enjoyed having people over. Like I'm not really like the host. I'm not a host person, you know what I mean? But I thought we usually do stuff for England when there's a World Cup on, like me and my friends. And because it's in America, the game's on at like 10 p.m. and stuff like that. So I was like, oh, I can't be out. And it's like in the middle of the week. And I didn't I knew I was just gonna sit downstairs and watch it anyway, but I was just like, let me just float the question, see if anyone would be up for coming. Like, if they said no, it's fine. I'm gonna watch it regardless. But then, like, yeah, like a few people was up for it, man. I was like, yeah, like I actually like doing shit. You know what I mean? Like, I hate it at the same time. Like, fuck, I can't be arsed to do this like on the day. But then when I do it, I'm like, oh man, I should do more stuff like that. And yeah, like I do want to do more stuff. That's why, like, we spoke about it for like YouTube and that like, we want to do like more in-person content and go to like retro game stores and just stuff that we love just on film, kind of like what we do here. But yeah, I do want to do more fun stuff, to be fair.
Yeah, I think we've had the means to for a good few years. Because when we were fucking 18, 19, and we were just driving and barely had any money, you couldn't really do that shit. But we've probably had the ability to do that stuff now for fucking 7, 8 years. You know what I mean? We've been adults well, I drive, but we've had money and fucking time to do it. We just haven't done it. But maybe you're just getting a bit older and thinking, you know what? I'm a fucking adult now with my own place and shit. I can just host stuff or I can just choose to go places.
Yeah, yeah, it was kind of like that. Like, why do I just invite people here? Like, I've got a
Yeah.
house, and I
Yeah.
did, and I was like, oh, that was actually quite sick. And then I asked them because we play again, like another two times in the group stage before we get to the knockout stage. I said like the other games are on at this time and at that time if you want to. Well, speaking of which, actually, and I'm going to ask you here, but you ain't got to fucking say yes to it. Documented, but next Saturday, I think we have plans to do another podcast while trying mushrooms again, but stepping up the dose. But
Yeah.
at 10 p.m. that night, England also play. So I'm having people come over on the night. You're welcome to stay in or go back home for a couple of hours and come back or whatever. But you're obviously welcome to come down and watch it there. Or you might just be too mushroomed out your head and be like, man, I need to just go home. You know what I mean? But that is
Fucking
also
hell,
the plan on that same day.
you might be, man. You might have to turn people away.
Yeah, well, they'll come over. I'll just say, yo, just let me be in the corner crying, man. Just watch England. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're just peeking over your shoulder every now and again, like, oh, would it be score?
Yeah. Yeah, but that is the plan. So yeah, you're coming
Who's that
over
game against?
uh Ghana or Panama. One of them. It's either Ghana or Panama. Our next game is either Ghana or Panama, and then that one
Yeah, I can
is
watch that, yeah.
yeah, that's like 10 p.m. at night. But everyone said that they're happy to watch the rest of the games sort of at mine when they're on. So again, you're welcome to come to those. But yeah, I know they're a bit fucking late, so it's a bit annoying. But it is fun. It was good, and England were fucking tremendous, man. It was fun to see. Like we battered them. Like and Croatia are known to be dickheads, and they knocked us out before, and they're a tough game. And the first half, I'd say it was kind of like, oh, it looks a bit shaky at times, but then the second half, I was like, man, we look dangerous. Like we actually like it was good to see England be good at something almost. It was like, man, we look class. Like that was good
Yeah.
fucking football because you watch it and our past previous tournaments we got to two finals, but they weren't good. They were like scrappy or they were 1-0 or you get a late goal and you think, oh fucking hell, we're gonna hold this or they're gonna score last minute type of thing, and you weren't like confident. But now, like when I watched that game, I was like, oh man, we could just fucking fuck some teams here, like comfortably. And I don't know if in my lifetime I've ever felt that way about England, but I always think like France and Spain, they're notoriously always got like amazing teams in football, and they go on and win World Cups and Euros and stuff. And I wonder if they do it like, oh fuck, we look a bit shit, like, oh, we're gonna be good, or are they just like fully behind the team and like, yeah, we know we're class. Like, I wonder if they feel the same way as us, like, oh god, we look shit, or if it's just the English mentality that we're just never behind the lads because we're England. You know what I mean?
I was thinking about this on my own the other day. I was thinking, why do we create such good players and such capable people? Because we are such a fucking small nation. You know what I mean? That like statistically, fucking like America or something with 300 and fucking 60 million people should have much of a better chance of. They've got a higher percentage of creating greater people. But I was thinking, is it fucking football specifically? Because it's so baked into the culture that any fucking successful England player now has probably been playing football since they were fucking 3 years old. But a team like Japan, for example, that create amazing people and have such clever, hard-working people that they've created some of the most fucking crazy technologies in the world. They're just not very good. But is it because their people? It's a lot rarer for their people to fucking grow up being into football, so they've got way fewer people that are into it.
Yeah, so the biggest one is culture, 100%. It's baked into our culture. And Japan are good, to be fair. But what I think is like about America and stuff, that soccer slash football, it's getting bigger over there. But their big thing is like basketball, American football. They're those big sports. And when they produce athletes, they do that. Same as Japan, the baseball players, that's their main big sport. So when they grow up, it's like, I want to be this baseball player. So, but with us, our big things football. So it's like, oh, I want to be David Beckham, I want to be Wayne Rooney type of thing. So I think it is culture, and it's what your country's biggest sort of sport is, you know what I mean? But yeah, America don't really produce too many great footballers that are American. They've had some over the years, like, um, but yeah, nothing compared to other countries. I do think like Spain and France and those type of countries, they just, and obviously Brazil. It feels like you're born doing kick ups in Brazil. Like it's like the way they touch the ball over there. It's part of their culture. It's like it's what you do. Like I just see like kids with no shoes on, just doing mad tricks and just not even dropping the ball, just kicking it to each other in a street. And they're just doing tricks as they do it. It's like, fucking hell, you're like 4 years old. Are you all doing that in the street? Like the ball hasn't even touched the ground once for like half an hour. It's just baked into their culture. It's who they are.
And it's weird, ain't it, man? Because I think obviously certain people are going to have such natural talents, but can you do anything given enough hours on the ball, man? Because I mean, I play the thing I'm most qualified in is probably fucking Rocket League because I've got the most hours in it. But that kid in the street in Brazil that's fucking just keeping the ball off the ground and just doing fucking a million kick-ups in a row, he'd have no chance of doing what I do on Rocket League. You know what I mean? Because he's never played it. But when I'd never really put much hours into Rocket League, I'd watch people and think, man, I'll never be able to do that. But then when I'd put a fucking 1,000 hours in, I was doing the shit that I doubted I could ever do. So if I was watching that Brazil kid thinking, man, I could never do that with that football, that's just fucking mental. I just ain't got the control, the body, my coordination, I ain't got that built in. Could I do it if I just fucking put 5,000 hours into a ball? You know what I mean?
Well, you'd obviously get better. They say it's 10,000 hours into something to master it, don't they?
Yeah.
But what I will say is, as someone that's done sports and I guess extreme sports and quote unquote athletic things, like skateboarding, I obviously did for a very long time. And there were times where I was quite gifted in ways where someone would just try a trick and I say, what the fuck's that you're trying? And so I'm trying this. I'm like, oh, what's that? And then I could just land it in like 5 attempts. And then like, I know I used to piss people off doing that. And there's people that could never do that. And there was some tricks that I could just never do, but someone could just do it first time. And there were kids that would come up and they were just way better than me, and they'd only been skating a year. It's like, fuck, you've just got the coordination, you've got like the gift of it. And it's the same with like football. I've played that most of my life, and you can just innately tell whether someone can play football or not, just the way they just kick a ball. Like if you just roll the ball to someone and say, "Yo, pass me that, mate," you could tell immediately the way they even step up to touch the ball, whether they can play football or not. It's a thing. You open your body up, you touch the inside of your foot. Like it's just something that you just have baked in you. You either have it or you don't, but you can work towards it and obviously train yourself. It's like singing. You can be born and have no work whatsoever and just produce the most beautiful, amazing voice, or you can be like quite shit but spend hours upon hours in singing lessons and get pretty good. But there's just some people that are born that can just fucking do it. And it's like they say that's the different. That's what like the Messi and Ronaldo thing is. Like Messi is a product of just God given talent, where Ronaldo was like just fucking fully hard work, and that's why they're both amazing. Because I just hear videos all the time of Messi's like, yeah, he don't even train. Like he just puts his boots on, he walks about for a bit, and Ronaldo's like the first one there, and he's the last one to leave. He's always in the gym, and Messi just it seems like obviously he works hard too because he's an athlete and he's still a professional, but yeah, it's just you can either work your hardest towards it and get pretty good, but there's just you're never gonna be as you know what I mean. You could play the guitar for 10,000 hours, but you might never be a Jimi Hendrix, and he might have been as good as Jimi Hendrix in a year of playing. It's just that, unfortunately, that's just how it goes, man. But that's why you can never compare. Like that's why they say comparison is a thief of joy, man. Like you gotta just enjoy how good you get at stuff and not compare it because you might never be a fucking Jimi Hendrix. You might never be a Ronaldo, but you might be pretty decent at football, and you just gotta be accepting
Yeah.
of your own talents.
Yeah, I think everyone's got their own ceiling of where they'll kind of cap out, but it is just I do think with most things it's just time on the fucking ball. Like with my son with his bike and his games, and obviously he's brand new to the world, so
Yeah,
I'll get to see him
everything's
progress.
developing with him in it, like
Yeah,
in every aspect.
yeah. But when he got his first bike, just a balance bike where you just scoot along, and when he was just first got on that and he was walking with it and he just wouldn't get on the seat, and I thought, fuck me, he's never gonna like pick. But I thought just keep doing him on it, doing him, dude, just getting him on it, just hours and hours, and then after a couple of weeks, he was just slick on it, man. He just lift his feet up and balance and just fucking weave around. And it shows you that just time put in
Yeah.
will garner some results.
Do you remember being taught to ride a bike?
Yeah, I remember the very second I fucking did it on my own as well.
Me too, but I was never taught. I just got on and did it.
I remember just being pushed down the garden by my dad like 50 times and just teetering like "Brr," just fucking banging over. And then he'd like push me so many times and so many times, and he was just like, fucking pedal, you know what I mean? Like just
Like you
just
do
trying
that
to
in
get
Max now, like you just described.
yeah, just yeah, just fucking pass that down, man. That's what I did to him now. But yeah. Then the one time he was like on the patio. My mum was mowing the grass, and I just did it on my own. I just started riding, and my dad was just going, he's fucking doing it. And my mum was just mowing the grass, just looked down like yeah. But I
Yeah.
just started riding, man. I remember just being like, fuck, I've cracked it. Just
Yeah.
doing circles.
Obviously, like where I used to live, we used to hang out with the same crowd of people. And like outside my house, I remember like everyone was just playing football and like Kirby and riding the bikes and that. And I just said to you remember him, and I just said to like my old friend at the time, Russell, I said, man, let me have a go with your bike. And he could ride it. And I never even had a bike of my own. I just never had one. Um, and I remember just getting on it and trying it and being like dead wobbly and like my feet just like slipping off the pedals. I'm like, whoa, fuck. And then I had to like stop myself. And I was like, no, I can fucking do that. And then I just eventually just started doing it. And then because my house was like on a hill too. And straight away I was like, I'm going down the fucking hill and doing it. And then I did it. And then I fucking ate shit, man. But then I got up and I just did it again. And I actually just did it this time. And then eventually, after like a week, I was like, I'm gonna do it without touching the handlebars. I'm just gonna do it with my arms crossed. And then I was just doing shit like that. And I think that's how I learn. Like I just jumped straight in and fucking do it. I think that's why I gravitated towards skateboarding, why I was pretty good at it, because I think I have like an element in me where I'm like, I'm gonna eat shit and get hurt on this, but it ain't gonna be for nothing because then I'm gonna understand the physics of it, or I'm gonna understand what not to do. You know what I mean? I'm kind of like a test dummy for myself. Like you've seen it when I've just had like an electric light and I go, do you reckon it like put my tongue on that? And I can oh fuck it out, yeah. You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah.
don't know why, but that's just how I how I learn.
Yeah, with stuff like that, I just have like a fucking OCD determination of I'm gonna fucking do this. You know what I mean? Whether it's just a stupid trick shot around the house or fucking
Yeah.
just failing at a boss on a game, I'll just keep going at it and going at it. I'll put fucking 100 attempts into a boss that's killing me. And Amy will be like, just give up, like, get your character stronger. Whatever. I'm like, nah, I'm fucking doing it. And
Yeah.
I'll just keep going, man, until I just do it. And then I was like, fucking told you I'd do it. But I'll
Yeah, how
show
much
it
better
with
does it feel though when you do it though, man?
yeah. And I'll show it with Max as well, like, because he watches me play games. And I'll be failing at stuff. Like, fucking Wukong was a big one. And I just kept doing it, man. He was like, "Stop playing it, like do something else." And I'm like, "Watch, son, I'm gonna get him." And I was like, "See, like you just keep trying." And
Yeah.
I'll do it with him, man. If he's trying to put something together like a toy, or he's trying to fucking balance something or a bike or something, I'll be like, "You just keep trying." And he's like, "I can't do it." And then you just keep fucking repping him, and then he does it. I'm like, "See, you just keep trying, man. You get it."
Yeah. Yeah, it's a good lesson to put into him early on.
Because I've told you before, but the wife's brothers, man, that they're all so dependent on the dad. Like the one will just be like, "Oh, I need to cancel my." He's fucking 25. He's like, "I need to cancel my car insurance. Can you call him for me, dad?" Or like, "I need to change this on the car. Can you do it?" And I think, Have you tried already? He's like, "Nah." I was like, "Why is he just doing it then?" Like they're so dependent. They ask the dad to do stuff without an attempt.
Yeah, first. That's the first
Yeah,
go-to. Yeah, I've seen adults like that as well, where they're like, "Oh, I've asked my mom to like make a doctor's appointment and stuff for me." I was like, "What can't you fucking do it?"
yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
but
It is a thing.
it's baked into my kid already because when he's playing games as well, and I always like trying to fucking get his shoes on or something daft like that. And I go, "Do you need help?" And he goes, "No,
Yeah,
I don't need help. I can do it." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, fucking hell."
yeah,
Like, but yeah, it's rubbing off on him.
yeah. Should we fucking start wrapping this up?
Yeah, man, you got somewhere
Over
to be.
something. Yeah. It's in the fucking cool because it's so fucking warm in my office at the moment.
Yeah, you look a bit
Um,
sweaty.
yeah, I am. I'm red, man. I'm warming. I've got a fan
You
on
look
me,
a bit,
so hopefully,
you look
gone.
a bit slimmer though. Look a bit trim.
10 pounds down, son.
Yeah, but
Speaking of actually touching on not doing stuff yourself, yeah, because I'm on like a jab, but it's not Monjaro or Ozempic. They're called peptides. It's quite a big thing at the moment.
I've heard of
And
peptides.
yeah, and I've been like injecting myself in that, and it just boosts metabolism and your mood and your energy and that
Good for
type of
your immune
stuff.
system too.
Yeah, it's all good stuff, and I genuinely feel like much more. I feel like kind of youthful on it. To be fair, like I definitely got a bit of energy about me now. But yeah, I'd all mixed up myself, man. I'm shook to do that. So Stacey does that for me. I'm just like, yo, you're gonna have to jab that. But she has surgery in like a couple of weeks, so she's not gonna be able to do it. So I'm gonna have to fucking learn that myself. But injecting yourself with a fucking needle is quite a fucking scary thing, man. And I've done it for
My
like
da-
5 weeks now, but it's a bit scary still every time.
oh, you are doing it yourself now.
I'm jabbing it in myself. I'm just not mixing the
Oh,
syringe myself.
yeah, yeah. My dad's doing one as well, and he was shitting it for weeks before it came. Like, oh, the needle and that. And I was trying to say to him, like, it's literally about 2 mil. Like,
Yeah,
it's
you don't feel
tiny.
it. You don't feel it at
Yeah.
all. I don't. I have bruised myself at times where I've gone in because you're meant to go in like on the side. You're meant to like pinch a bit of skin and just go in kind of sideways and not like directly in because then it bruises. But sometimes I've gone in and I've gone like, oh, it's definitely bruising. And then like the next couple of days, I'll just have like a brown circle where I did it. But yeah, I've been doing it like 5 weeks, I think now. And like last week, I stepped up my dose. So like I think the first 4 weeks that you do it, it just does metabolism stuff and gives you a bit of energy. But I think now after like the next doses that I'm going to be doing, like the next 2 or 3, is when like the actual weight loss stuff starts happening. So I think everything I've done is mostly been me. So it should start fucking coming off me soon. But yeah, I weighed myself yesterday and I'm overall 10 pounds down so far. So I've been working out and just eating my better and yeah, I definitely feel it. To be fair, I'd feel fucking a bit more energetic and a bit more just up for stuff, which is what I wanted it for. Because
Yeah.
I didn't want the Manjaro or the Ozempic and shit. Because I just hear that it makes you feel sick and it suppresses appetite and that. And I don't want my appetite to be suppressed. I just want to just feel up for more stuff because I'm capable of working out and dieting. I just can't be asked to stick to something. But now, like I've got a bit of energy, I can be asked to be regimented, if that makes sense. So I think it's just it's working hand in hand. So yeah, I'm
Yeah.
hoping by like the end of the year that I've lost like a couple stone, man, because I'm on that fucking trajectory, and I'm not, who knows, by the end of the year, like I actually might fucking. It'd be cool to look back at even the podcast and be like, fucking hell, like I can see it there, like directly. Like I already can see from like pictures from like even when we went to Budapest a few months ago, like I see it, just my face and stuff. I can see it there and be like, oh, I actually look different already. So yeah, it's just working out and just being a bit of an adult, to be honest, in the way I eat and the times I eat. But yeah, this year I've stepped it up, so we'll
Good
fucking
man.
see.
Keep going.
But yeah, on that note, fucking peace.
Peace.
Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast. Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast. Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast.
We coasting, with Ben and Ryan, we floating.
Joint Thoughts Podcast.
We coasting, with Ben and Ryan, we floating.
Joint Thoughts Podcast.